Alright, we have our moving gate. It now opens up when the player walks up to it, but it doesn't close yet. Now that's actually a pretty easy thing to fix. What I'm going to do is jump back into Kismet by clicking on the Open Unreal Kismet button in the main toolbar. Now currently, if you take a look at what we've got going on here, our touched output plugs into the play of our matinee. Just by looking at the outputs and inputs we have between our trigger and our matinee, can you see maybe a potential way that we could close this gate back? If you took a look at the untouched output and saw that there's a reverse here on the matinee, you're on the right track. Now if you didn't, that's okay, because untouched is not the kind of word that you generally use when you're speaking, and reverse might not mean exactly what you think it does. Basically, reverse means we're just going to play our animation backwards. And if you take the animation of a gate that is opening and play it backwards, the gate's going to in turn close. Untouched means the character has broken contact with that collision radius that we set up for the trigger. So we're just going to take our untouched and plug this into reverse. Now that seems like it would be more than enough. Let's go ahead and try it out. Let's play from here. We'll run up to the gate and the gate opens. So let's come in here and turn around. And the gate's staying open. Close. Close now. It won't. The reason the gate's not closing is because the event that we set up here inside of Kismet, our little trigger one touch, is set up by default to only work once and then to never work again. You can change this using the max trigger count property here inside the properties for the trigger. So notice this area down here, the properties window in the lower left corner, it's blank until you select something. And this allows you to set properties for each and every one of these expression nodes that you place here inside of Kismet. So I'm going to select our trigger one touch, and you'll see max trigger count. If you set this to 0, it's the same as setting it to infinity. So just by doing that, let's close out Kismet one more. Hit play from here. We'll run up to the gate, and the gate slides open. And when we back away, the gate closes. Open, close. Our gate is working perfectly. The only thing left, I mean, technically you could say we're done at this point. We have a nice gate. We can go through it. There's just a couple little things. One, if we shoot it, we shoot right through it. Second, if you notice, we can run right through that gate. In fact, we can get through it so quick that it never has time to open up all the way. If I look really closely as we zip through, that gate is not even stopping us. So let's fix that. I'm going to select our actual gate mesh and press F4 to open up its properties. And if we come under collision, or the collision category, you'll notice that currently collision type is set to no collision. Well, that's no good. Let's select that. We're going to set this to collide block all. Close out the properties and let's try again. Now when we shoot the gate, it's stopping our shots, which is good. And if I try to run through it, it actually stops me. I get held up on it, which is excellent. So now it's stopping us, it opens, it closes. The last thing I'd like to add is having the gate play some sounds, but I'll tell you what, let's do that actually in a separate video purely dedicated to sound playback. For now, go ahead and save your level, and then we'll move forward. So that'll wrap things up for this video. Thanks a lot.